Thursday's hearing, when Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh and his accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, are scheduled to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee, promises more drama than any congressional hearing in decades. But, no matter what Kavanaugh and Ford tell the committee, one thing we've already learned: when it comes to sexual abuse, Republican senators are just as clueless today as they were in 1991, when Anita Hill raised her claims of repeated sexual harassment against Clarence Thomas. They didn't get it then. They don't get it now. Rather than examine the substance of what Ford alleges, a serious charge of attempted rape by a drunken teenager egged on by a male classmate, they focus instead on the timing. Just like they did with Anita Hill in 1991. Same identical questions. Why didn't she call the police? Why'd she wait so long to come forward? You'd think they'd have learned something by now. In each of those cases, charges were raised by female victims decades after the abuse occurred. Why'd they wait? Seriously, though, we still have to ask that question. These women knew that if they did speak out, they'd be attacked, ridiculed and smeared, and called a slut and a liar. In other words, they'd be treated just like Anita Hill and bullied just like Christine Blasey Ford. At first, Senate Judiciary Chairman Chuck Grassley, Chuck Ernest Grassley Ford's lawyer, hearing doesn't appear to be designed for fair, respectful treatment. Op opens door to holding Kavanaugh committee vote this week. Pressed Judge Kavanaugh must withdraw on more. Iowa demanded Ford appear on the one day he selected and sit at the witness table alongside the man she accused of trying to rape her. Even before she had a chance to tell her story, Grassley said he believed Kavanaugh's denial. Orrin Grant Hatch. Op opens door to holding Kavanaugh committee vote this week. Pressed Judge Kavanaugh must withdraw. Hatch. Second Kavanaugh allegation is phony. More. Utah called her mixed up and Lindsey Olin Graham. Op opens door to holding Kavanaugh committee vote this week. Pressed Judge Kavanaugh must withdraw. Kavanaugh, I will not be intimidated into withdrawing. More. RSC announced that, no matter what she says, it won't sway his vote for Kavanaugh. Meanwhile, the President of the United States, who has no standing to comment on sexual assault after having bragged about doing so himself, said it was all political, and besides, it couldn't be as bad as she alleges. According to President Trump, Donald John Trump, House Republican, threatens to. And now a second woman, Deborah Ramirez, has stepped forward with further accounts of sexual abuse by Kavanaugh, this time when he was a student at Yale. The new revelation suggests a pattern of behavior, not one isolated incident. But Ramirez immediately received the Ford treatment. Clearly, the Me Too movement, which has swept most of the country, Wall Street, Hollywood, academia, professional sports, entertainment, hasn't yet reached Mitch McConnell. Mitchell McConnell, Ford's lawyer, hearing doesn't appear to be designed for fair, respectful treatment. Op opens door to holding Kavanaugh committee vote this week. Pressed Judge Kavanaugh must withdraw. More. Chuck Grassley, or most Republican members of the U.S. At this point, with more women coming forward every day, even holding another hearing on his nomination would be a farce. Republicans must decide, having put one self-professed sexual predator in the White House, that they really want to put another accused sexual predator on the Supreme Court. Press is host of The Bill Press Show on Free Speech TV and author of From the Left, A Life in the Crossfire.